Hey, it's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment's Paul Dodson with Guardian Mobile Shredding.
That is correct.
Welcome to the show, Paul.
Thank you.
Guardian Mobile Shredding. You know, as a guy, that just sounds good.
It doesn't it? It feels good, too.
Yeah, just shred them.
That's right.
But actually, shredding is really important in today's world, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It not only for, the HIPAA laws and so many things that we need to follow, but for just for identity theft, for recycling the paper.
Right.
There's a lot of reasons to shred paper, and not put yourself at risk, any kind of liability, and
you mentioned something, identity theft. Identity theft was like I mean, it happened very rarely years ago, but nowadays, every time you turn around, the news or somebody's talking about identity theft, and a lot of that comes from people getting a hold of paper they shouldn't have.
Absolutely. I actually heard a report this morning on the paper, on the news about that California was the fourth highest identity theft in the nation. And that goes from, we all hear the stories about the homeless going through trash cans,
right,
and taking that paper and throwing it away. It's why it's important to for everybody, for your personal stuff.
Even at home, huh?
Even at home,
Yeah.
And that's what when we went into business, a lot of the large companies, they'll charge you $150 to come out, and just to come to your house.
Right.
And that and for a lot of people, that's not affordable.
Wait a second, you said come to your house. Do you actually go to?
We actually go to people's houses.
You go to people's houses.
We do, and we have a minimum charge of $40 to come out, and that's for up to 10 bankers boxes of paper.
Okay.
And we'll take it from them. We'll shred it there on the site. We do all our shredding on site. We take nothing off site, and that's one thing that a lot of companies do nowadays is that you're going to where they're getting. They used to be all on site, now they're going off site because trucks are much cheaper.
So they come with a big truck and they load all your stuff, and you hope and pray that it's going where they say they're going.
Absolutely.
And,
and with us, everything's done on site.
Done on site
every time.
Good. So I can stand there and watch my life be shredded right in front
absolutely.
of me.
And the machine is so fast.
Yeah.
I hear those stories. People say, that's 20 years of stuff, and it's gone in 3 or 4 minutes.
Well, that's awesome.
And so it's something that we want to do is not only to grow our business, but as a service to the community.
And you said you've been doing this for what, about 16 years now?
Yeah. Well, I think this is my 17th year of shredding.
17th year.
And I started this about 16 months ago, and had a lot of experience in the industry, and just said, I'm going to do this myself, and for a lot of reasons, and one reason is that I just saw the price points for stuff that just kept going up, and it wasn't, it's just not fair to small businesses, because a lot of the large companies they're double what we charge.
Wait a second though, you say a lot of large companies. Most of those large companies, they're not local, are they? They
are not. They are Canada, Boston is where their headquarters are at.
Really?
Yes, and so that's where most of they're here, but their headquarters are in Boston or in Canada.
Right.
And in fact, that has become there's very few small companies left. They've all been purchased, and we want to keep everything local.
And in this atmosphere, you decided to go out and provide something local for the local community.
Yes.
And the money stays local.
That's
too.
Right. Absolutely.
And okay, so shredding now, it prevents identity theft. There's a lot of other things. There's laws that are involved with certain businesses they have to shred. But once it's shredded, once the paper is no longer paper, what happens to it?
Well, once the paper's been shredded, we go to the recycler, and everybody uses different recyclers, but most of the paper is taken, and nowadays, it's sent to China or South Africa.
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing that you would think that they would be able to make, to what they do is they take it to China, and they basically turn it back into paper again.
Right.
And a different kind of paper products, and then they send it back to us. But there used to be plants in America. There's still a few plants, but most of them go offshore and they go to China and then come back.
No kidding.
No kidding. Yeah. And it's amazing. When I found that out years ago, it goes to China and then it comes back. But that's what happens to the paper. So
kind of like the steel industry.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait a second. We need to talk to President Trump. We got to bring our paper back.
Right. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. So there's a lot of things that happen in every industry that people don't know about, and that's one of the things that. But all your people is recycled.
Okay. Now, the machine shreds this up, in very, very tiny little pieces and stuff, and it goes out and it's recycled or whatever. But when I'm at home and I'm going through my stuff, Do I need to, like you mentioned like my prescriptions and all this needs to be cut up in those little bitty pieces?
Right. Well, if staples and those things don't matter. The machine does, and we don't do prescription bottles because we recycle the paper.
Right.
However, if there's some mixed in there, but you need to pull those labels off those bottles because that's your information. Okay. That gets out, and once identity theft or thief has your information, it has your birth date. They got you.
They got you.
And then you don't know about it for 3 or 4 years, and then all of a sudden you're getting calls from collection agencies saying, "Why haven't you paid this bill that you didn't even know you had?"
That's why I've gotten those. No, I don't get that. But no, that's not a good thing.
It's not.
And you come to homes, private homes.
We come to homes, we come to businesses, and one of the things that when we started this, that there so many small businesses are underserved because the costs are so high. And we come to offices and we have lock cabinets that we charge $30 a month for. And the very reasonable, put you at peace of mind. Everything's shredded on site. We get a certificate of destruction when we're done. And when I'm out soliciting and talking to people, and they're always amazed that because if you go buy an office shredder at Costco, it costs you $100,
right?
And it may last you 3 or 4 months or 6 months.
I was gonna say a couple weeks.
Yeah,
you're looking at another one. Yeah,
that's right. And where we come once a month and we pick that up, and it's all shredded on site, so it gives you peace of mind. And I think with most things, peace of mind is worth a lot.
Okay. All right, that's home use. Now, business use.
Right.
What kind of businesses need to? Well, you can say all of them, but more specifically, what are the primary businesses that really need to have their stuff?
Well, 16, 17 years ago, the only people that really shredded was your hospitals and your insurance agencies, medical.
Right.
But nowadays, because HIPAA laws went into effect in 2005, basically has any information that is out there has to be shredded or destroyed in some way. So. You can't, by law, you can't throw anything away that has anybody's personal information on it. So every business needs a shred.
Really?
You need to. You cannot. It is against the law to throw people's information away. And it's amazing. Over the years, I have seen at the recyclers, people dumping paper and it hasn't been shredded. And I'm always blown away by just the liability that puts that company in.
Yeah.
And
wait a second. Liability for that company. You mean people can actually be charged?
Well, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Liability for everybody.
Yeah.
For the people's information that's out there.
Right.
For the company that just threw away, these people's information.
This is potentially a financial issue, and it could be a legal issue.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Not a good thing.
No.
And one thing we do is we give peace of mind and we give service. And that's one things that I wanted to bring back that where service actually is important. And my clients are always happy every time. And if you go on our website, you'll see testimonials from our clients that we are always providing service.
What is your website?
It is guardianmobileshredding.com.
Okay. Do we have a Facebook page?
We do, and we do have one, and I have not been real active on it, but we do have one.
Okay.
So if you look for Guardian Mobile Shredding,
you'll find it on Facebook.
You'll find it on Facebook.
But you'll get the webpage link, and you can go there.
That's right. Exactly. It's exactly what. That's exactly. I am not a tech person, even though I mess with it and I see it and I figure out things out. I am not. That is not my specialty.
There you go.
But it's one thing about this industry is not only it's really important to do and I enjoy it. Yeah. It's something that I enjoy. I love destroying paper. Maybe that's why I'm so happy.
Yeah, there you go. I was going to say that's. You could also say it's kind of cutting edge.
It is cutting edge. That's right. As I always say to my customers, today's the best day ever.
Yeah, there you
until
go.
Tomorrow, which is even better. Yeah. And I don't know if that's because I'm so happy, or I'm so happy because I'm shredding paper. Because I like to do both. So that is a good thing.
Don't go away. I got a stack of stuff for you out back. Right?
You got it. That's right.
Paul, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for informing us about the concept of the need for shredding for people. And no kidding, identity theft is not a little thing in the world today. And Paul will come to your house. So if you got more than a handful of stuff, you might want to consider getting a hold of Guardian Mobile Shredding. And even if you got just a handful of stuff, maybe you want to get a hold of them anyway. And I'll see you when we come back.